I've had a lot of conversations lately about reloading and want to talk a little bit about my setup. I have an RCBS ProChucker 5 with a couple little improvements made to it, and I think this is a pretty good arrangement for loading a bunch of 40 ammunition for my USPSA habit. I wanted to share with you what I have set up in each station. My first station is a Redding dual ring carbide sizing die, which some people might consider to be an expensive die, but I actually think it's worth every penny, and I'm glad I own it. Second position is, of course, powder measure with the powder die set up, and underneath is the flaring component which flares the brass to accept bullets. In my third station, which is a double alpha Mr. Bullet feeder die, which I think is very simple and works really good and is about 10 times better than this. Wish I hadn't wasted my money on this. And on top of that is a SoCAl S&W MagP bullet tube assembly. These hold about, I think it's 22 bullets of 180 grain 40 cal. So I have 6 tubes, so I get 132 finished rounds when I'm done. And that works pretty slick. I like it a lot. I'm loading 180 grain Ibejihead Coated bullets today with Alliant sport pistol and CCI primers. If anybody knows the origin or the reason for the name Ibejihead, I'm very curious to know, because it's baffled me. My fourth station is my Redding competition seating die, and what I like about it is when you check to see what your overall length is, you can adjust it if you need to, and it's very precise. My last station is a Lee factory crimp die, and the combination of all this allows me to produce ammo, and I check it, make sure it goes into my chamber checker die, and everything's good. This has helped me produce about, I don't know, several thousand rounds of 40 and 45. This has worked really good for me. It's a good setup that I appreciate and value. And just like any piece of equipment or machinery, it has a feel to it, and you need to have some amount of mechanical aptitude. You can't just slam the handle up and down and expect everything to work perfectly. This will usually tell you or give you some sort of indication that something's not right before it breaks. So it's just like when you go down to seat the primer, you feel it right there, you give it the little extra push, and you know the primer's seated well. This works good for me. I like it. If you think a Mark 7 reloading press is for you, then by all means buy it. I can't afford it, but I really enjoy this. It's done really well for me. I think I've loaded, in the time I've been talking to you, maybe about, I don't know, 40 rounds. So I don't know how many I can do exactly in an hour, but enough to keep me busy, and I like the flow, and I like how it feels. Hopefully this has been educational, and if you want to buy a ProChucker 5, I think you can do it with some really good results. I added the inline fabrication roller handle, and I think that's been a good improvement as well. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.